Hello everybody and welcome to CSC 214, Introduction to Java Programming. This is a purely online course. My name is Larry Schoeneman and I'll be your instructor. So what's this course about? This course is all about learning the basics of the Java programming language. This isn't enough to make you the end-all be-all Java programmer, but it's enough to get you started so you can go exploring on your own. Java is a great language for programmers. In many ways, it's superior to other languages like C++ for learning because it's clean and tightly object-oriented, and it's a much smaller and more concise language. So who am I and why do I get to teach this course? My name is Larry Schoeneman, as I said earlier, and I've been teaching at Harper for 3 years now, and before that at College of Lake County for 3 or 4 years. I also teach at Northern Illinois University's Harper Extension Program. Now, this isn't my real job, so to speak, or full-time job during the day. During the day, I'm a senior manager of software development for a retail firm in Lake Forest. I spend a lot of time dealing with programmers and their code. I also do hire a lot of my students as interns or full-time programmers, so work hard. I will say that at my company, we do not use Java. We use C#, which is a cousin to Java. They're very, very similar. So how does this course work? Well, there will be assignments, quizzes, and online interactive sessions. Basically, that's all there is to it. No major tests. I'm more interested in you learning how to program. No explicit final exam. All the assignments, however, build on previous ones, though. So if you fall behind, it's going to hurt, and it's going to hurt a lot. All assignments will be handed in using Git and GitHub Classroom, which we'll talk about in other videos. There will be a quiz due Tuesday of each week, which will be made available online. You can do them ahead of time if you'd like. There will be an interactive session Tuesday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30. Office hours are typically Monday from 7:45 to 8:45, and these will all be online using Blackboard Collaborate and by appointment. If you need some extra help, I'm always happy to help. But I hope you understand with an online course, a lot of the weight is on you, so you will definitely need the textbook. If I were you, I'd get the online edition of the textbook called Big Java Early Objects by Kay Horseman. We're going to be using the 7th interactive edition. The advantage of this book is it has all sorts of online little tools and tasks for you to do, and it's very useful. I would definitely recommend the online version, but you need the book one way or the other. The other thing you'll need is some software we're going to use to hand in our assignments. We'll be using GitHub and GitHub Classroom. And like I said, you'll learn more about that in another video. For development, you can use straight up Java from the command line and Notepad if you want. You can use IntelliJ, NetBeans, or Eclipse. Whatever works best for you. I have videos on some of these. I prefer IntelliJ. It's my favorite of them. Now let's talk about what the course is going to actually be about. The course is going to cover the following topics: programming basics and backgrounds, what is programming, etc. Now, you should have already taken CSC 121, so you should have a grounding in programming and be familiar with objects and classes. This is very similar to what you've learned in other CSC. We're going to talk about the fundamental building blocks of a program: built-in types, flow control, its statements, while statements. We'll go on to talk about sets of data, arrays, how to deal with data in various forms. We'll go on to talk about class design. We know what a class is, but we have to make good ones. You can't just make everything a class. You can't just make one big class. You have to structure them appropriately, and we'll talk about that. Inheritance and polymorphism are two of the big parts of object-oriented programming. We'll talk about those as well. We're going to talk about input-output handling and exceptions. What happens when things go bad, and they will. How do we write to files and read from files as well as the console? How about searching and sorting? Then, if we have time, we're going to touch on the introduction to analysis of algorithms and data structures. These are advanced topics. I actually teach the data structures class at Northern, and we'll touch on them, but probably not go into that much detail. Another thing we might talk about, if we have time, is generics. I may move these ahead of data structures because they're a really useful tool. So from here, it's time to go on and get started with the class. So be sure to check out the forums for any questions your fellow students may have answered. Otherwise, tackle the learning modules. Feel free to ask me for help. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you.